Hey, welcome to QA1. We have a great car that we're going to go over today. My name is Brian Holzmer, and this is Mike from our engineering department. Hey, Mike, how's it going?
Good. How about you, Brian?
Not too bad. This car is sweet. I remember seeing this car many years ago at a car show. Tell us a little bit about it. I understand it's got a lot of family history.
Yeah, this is a 69 Camaro SS. It was bought by my grandfather new in 1969, and it's been in the family ever since. It's gone through a few iterations, but this is about 20 years ago. We restored it with the help of Bob's Rod Shop in Burnsville. Got it together, got it the way it is, and really love the car.
So tell us a little bit about the restoration. Did you do everything, like the body and the motor and everything, or what did you start with?
My grandparents used it as a car, so it's never seen winters, but all summer long it towed boats, it went to the bank, it went to the grocery store. It was just a car. So a lot of dings, dents, and little issues. No rust, thankfully. It went to be restored, became kind of a process where every nut and bolt came off of it. Everything got at least painted and cleaned up, and engine rebuild, transmission rebuild, interior done. Kind of the whole shooting match.
Yeah, Bob does some great work, that's for sure. He nut and bolts everything that comes out of that shop, and they look unbelievable.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about the suspension. I understand that you just recently put a QA1 suspension on there.
Yep. QA1's new 4-link for first-gen Camaros. Damien, our fitment guy here at QA1, came to me and said, "Would you mind if we put a 4-link in it?" No, not at all, considering leaf springs are a little tough to get to ride right.
Sure.
We ended up putting in the 4-link with double adjustable shocks. It also has double adjustable coilovers in the front, sway bars front and rear, and it's amazing.
Tell us about the ride quality improvement. I mean, how has this made you enjoy the car more, or?
It gets driven now is probably the easiest thing to say. It used to live a lot in the garage. Being here at QA1 has taught me the enjoyment of driving a car more than looking at it necessarily. My father used to look at it a lot more than he drove it. These days, he's getting it out on the road a little more, willing to take it further just because the ride is so much better. And it's adjustable, so it can be performance oriented or it can be street driven and comfortable.
Sure. I understand you just recently bought different size wheels and different size tires just to fit the wheel wells a little bit better.
16-inch wheels and tires are getting harder to come by in a good combination. So we went to a 17x8 in the front and a 17x9.5 in the rear with a little bit more modern tire on it, which also helps the ride. We added an inch in wheel size, which compromises the ride to some extent, but with the suspension, we're able to overcome all of that. So.
Sure. Hey, Mike, let's talk a little bit about the paint. Is this the OEM color when it was painted again?
This is originally as it appeared from the factory, Dover white, black hockey stripe. The hockey stripe is under the paint now in the clear. Vinyl roof, which is kind of controversial. I wanted it gone during the restoration. I can't imagine the car without it now, but that is original as well.
It looks nicer than it did probably first day that it came out of the showroom floor, that's for sure.
Definitely nicer than Grandma and Grandpa gave it to us. So.
Yeah. Let's go to the interior. It looks like it's basically has the stock OEM houndstooth inserts in the seats. Tell us a little bit about the interior.
Interior's all original as well, with 2 exceptions that I can think of. It used to have the walnut wood interior to it. It still has some of that, but the steering wheel is a more aftermarket 69, 70 Camaro type wheel, and there are 4 gauges in the console now. They used to be, Grandpa had them plugged right through the steel speaker hole. Yep. When I was a kid, they were temp volts and ammeter up there.
Hey, tell us a little bit about the motor. Was it rebuilt? Was it modified?
So again, knowing the history of the car, in 1972, I think it was, 73, it rolled a lobe on the cam. So Grandpa went down to the dealership, talked about engines, ended up getting a 402 big block for a truck. That's what's currently in here. We do still have the original block. It's now cleaned up to a 406. The heads have been slightly worked, but not much. It's got a pretty big cam in it. Beyond that, it's pretty standard fare, big block. Does what it needs to do.
Sounds nice. Basically a transmission. I mean, what did it come with stock from the factory?
Stock was a Turbo 400 that we had lost. Well, not lost. That my dad worked for an auto parts store many years ago. Got a deal on a B&M built transmission, again, 80s maybe. Put that in, so the original Turbo 400 was gone. after building the car and wanting to drive it more, it was a little hard on the RPM range, so we ended up putting a 700 R4 in it from Richfield Transmission. And with that overdrive and a new rear end with 373 gears, we're able to drive it more, get down the freeway and have it be comfortable.
Yeah, that overdrive definitely helps for drivability on the highway, that's for sure.
Definitely.
The funny thing is I really like the license plate. I hear there's a little family significance in that. Can you tell us a little bit about what it says and what it means to you?
Yeah, the plate is HANMEDN, which is short for hand-me-down. This car was originally bought by my grandfather, and my dad now has custody of it. We did the restoration on it. I have visitation rights. I drive it plenty. Eventually down the road, it will be mine, and my son is looking forward to driving it as well.
It's always been in your family and always be in your family.
That's correct.
That's great.
Not for sale.
That's great. Mike, this is a sweet car. It's got a big block Chevy. It's got a 700 R4. It sounds awesome. I'd say we go drive it. Let's go drive it.
I agree. Let's go drive it.
All right.
I love that.
Yeah, the rear end feels nice and stiff in terms of spring rate. And what do you have the compression and the rebound set at?
They're set really low right now. I believe the compression's maybe 1 click, rebound maybe 1 or 2. Just because, again, it's for driving around town.
Yeah.
If we were to take it on a road course, I'd dial in a couple more clicks on each to start with.
I guess in terms of like how your dad likes the performance of the suspension, what's his takeaway on it?
It was uncomfortable to drive for any amount of time before, and now you take it out and it's not necessarily a grocery getter at this point, but it's plenty comfortable to just take where you want to go,